Alright everybody, so today we got an accident day going on and it's really just delaying me from getting to where I need to go. We got the smashed boy, we got that disgusting smashed up Toyota. Look at that thing. What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix and today we have this Ford Explorer. Now, taking a look inside the odometer, it only says it has 6,900 miles on it, which is actually the year I was born. And so to celebrate that historic event, we have some Taco Gym Association and what?
Learning center?
Learning, that's what it is, learning center. So today I have a burrito. I've always wanted to reveal it to you guys. It's a beef burrito. It costs $1 from Taco Bell. And it is an amazing, outstanding deal. You need to go get one right now. So we got all types of stuff we are gonna be installing on this Ford Explorer. Now it was a $700 car, so it definitely needs all the help it can get. We're gonna be flushing out the rear differential. We have some antifreeze. We got some front shocks because of the front of the car. Here, let me show you. When you shake the front of the car and you stop shaking it, it just keeps on wobbling. And that really sucks on the freeway. I feel like I'm gonna get flung off the road. But as you can see in the back, it doesn't do that. But the front of the car continues to shake even when I do it in the back. So the front shocks are bad. Now, I don't know if that's something that I can easily do or not. I was hoping for some input from you guys. But if you think I could bang that out, let me know and I'll give it a shot, but I do have them. I mean, I'm gonna take a whack at it, like, regardless, but honestly, I need some confidence. So I'm honestly kind of curious about the air filter. It seems like they haven't changed anything on this car. It's all just the factory, everything, all the fluids. So I wouldn't be surprised if this were a disaster. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. So I went ahead and bought this beautiful floppy boy from Walmart, and just look at the difference. So now hopefully my car can be sucking up some of that beautiful deluxe smoggy California air and running like a champ. And there we go. That's one, that's one easy thing you can see. All this is getting sucked into the car's engine, and it's not good. We're gonna pick that up. So I gotta say, that was pretty exhausting. I think I need a break. And what better way to take a break than to kick back on the tail of your car and just eat some bubble gum. You know, I bought this from the Dollar Tree, and I feel like I need to do like a challenge. Like I need to eat the entire thing.
You look like a chipmunk right now.
How is that a prickle bush? That's a thorn bush somehow.
It knew you were gonna do that. So give us an update on that gum.
Okay, on the gum. It's very yummy. It's very yummy. Don't say that. Take it back. Take it here. Take it.
Ew.
Take it.
Ew.
Take it.
No.
So basically, my rear differential has a bunch of tiny little clutches in it that wear out and go bad over time. And I'm assuming that mine are bad because the car's super old and it had most of the original fluid in it when I checked. But there is a way to test out whether or not these clutches are good or bad. So now I'm gonna spin this wheel counterclockwise as if the car was driving forward, and the other wheel should be spinning in the same direction. So go over there and take a peek and see what it's doing.
Yeah, it's spinning the same direction.
All right, perfect. So that means that our clutches in our differential are still somewhat good. To my understanding, I mean, I am technically an idiot, so I could be wrong. But to my understanding, I'm very smart actually, I'm a doctor. Let's just make sure we got the bummeroo spinning right there. And then over here, yes. So I think it's working, I think. So a really cute trick my grandmother always taught me is to always make sure you stick your head under the vehicle while it's up on a jack. That way, if the jack fails and the vehicle collapses, your head will catch the fall.
Is your grandmother still alive?
Actually, he died about 40 years ago. He was working on his truck and something crazy happened. I never actually found out what happened though. All right, update. I was about to rip off this rear diff cover and drain it all out. But as you can see, it's freaking getting dark already. And obviously I gotta snag that thumbnail of all them juices flowing out of the back of that thing. So screw it. We're freaking kicking the bums Miata out of the garage. And we're gonna try and pull this big whale of a bus inside of the garage. I don't know if it's gonna fit, let's see. I have a notice of a low oil pressurization. And I don't know if I should be concerned or worried about that. I do have 2 small minor oil leaks that I noticed when I turned the car off. Should I fix the oil leaks? Do I just need new gaskets and that'll like build the pressure back up to full speed? All right, sweet cakes, party's over. Get out of the garage. Backing up, backing up. Beth, she's backing up. She's backing up. And we're good. Check it out, Beth has her own bed in the garage. It's actually a moving blanket, and she also has a crocodile. You want the crocodile? Then you gotta get it, get it. Wait, where are you going? Come here. Let's go. Back in the garage. Come on. Come on. Backing up. Backing up. Backing up. Is that good?
I mean, like, how far are you trying to come in?
Want some working space.
You could come back like another foot, maybe.
Backing up. Backing up. Backing up.
Alright,
and we're done.
Biz, you were supposed to stay. The entire time he was backing up, you kept trying to run after him and go underneath the car. What's wrong with you? No.
Good girl.
The Biz is on a leash.
Good girl.
No, Biz, that's not good. Don't teach her those things. She's gonna die.
Good girl, she'll grab you. You know what, screw this is my good shirt. It's my church shirt, so gotta make sure I put down my tarpaulin. That way I can keep all the oil off.
Get it, Biz, get it. Get it, Biz, get it.
So this is no tutorial. If you want a tutorial, there's plenty of good ones out there. But basically, if you must know, as you can see, there's a bunch of bolts around the differential. And what I do is I loosen every single bolt besides the top and the bottom. And then once you got that done, you just loosen the top bolt halfway. And so now that we got our picture frame bolt going on at the top, we can take out that last bottom bolt. So I have no idea how many miles this rear diff fluid has on it, but the gasket appears to be the original gasket. I know you can also fill these things up from the fill valve, and you can drain them from there too. But I don't know what to expect. Here it comes. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh crap. Crap. I gotta get this thing out of here. Okay. Oh man, this is stupid. So if we just pull this thing off, it should release all of the disgusting oil. There it goes. Okay. Alright, so the oil actually doesn't look that disgusting. It looks like somebody's changed it at some point in time. I mean, it's pretty dirty, but I was expecting it to be completely black or muddy. But I'm honestly pretty impressed.
It kind of looks green.
Yeah, that's the year I was born, funnily enough.
Ew.
It's kind of a small world, a small differential. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the proper way to proper clear out all the crud, all the crap metal shavings that you don't want inside that rear differential. I promise you. The only thing you could be doing better is be using salt water. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that here. Living in the middle of the country, we're here in Kentucky, and we don't got no salt water, so we're gonna have to use the good old chlorinated fresh water.
You know, I think you're giving some kind of misleading advice.
I'm not. You see, this is the face of your car. It's actually the butt. Because some people think that their butts are their faces, and their faces look like butts. So you can use this face cleanser to really get all that crud out of there. I mean, that is gonna do the Lord's work down there. It's just gonna be absolutely outstandingly amazing. So this is not going as planned whatsoever. It's really not. You know, this car's actually turning out to be way better than I thought it was. It's basically like a $7,000 car hidden and cloaked in the body of a $700 car. So we're gonna go ahead and do the big no-no, the big naughty, the big shebang, the big risky move that some people they just never want to do. But first, today's Wednesday, and Dunkin' Donuts is giving us free coffee. That's right, I'm not joshing with you. This morning my friend hit me up and he goes, "Bruv, you can come to Dunkin' and snag a free medium or hot."
What can I get started for you?
Puppy Biff. And I was like, "Shut up, bruv, I don't believe you." And then I was like, "Yo, you're not lying." Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna be reviewing we're gonna be reviewing the peppermint mocha. So it's Christmas in November. It's always Christmas. They didn't have the turkey coffee, unfortunately, but it tastes like Christmas. So the big no-no, the thing everyone's afraid to do is change their transmission fluid. And I'm honestly terrified to do it because that's one thing that could really disable my truck, really put it out of commission if this all goes wrong, because I don't know how many miles it has on it. It could have 106,000, 206,000, 306,000, 906,000. It could have 69,000. The odometer could be broken, although it appears to be working, but there's really no way to know. Now, it does have a transmission fluid dipstick, and we're gonna go buy the fluid and then we're gonna check the dipstick. We're gonna do it in reverse order. So I wasn't gonna change this, but I've been so blown away by how great shape the rest of the car has been in that I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna risk it. And hopefully it explodes. Because I mean, it's a 700, something's gotta explode. So I'm tempted to snag this regular little soupy tea ATF fluid. It's only 13 bucks, but we're gonna go with the full synthetic. Apparently you can mix full synthetic and conventional. So that's what we're gonna try.
I had a dream I was in high school and I had to do a book report.
Was it on how my transmission was slipping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crap. Actually, before you go and spend your hard-earned free coffee coupon money, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try the bumps. You got the gingerbread blend. Here we go. No, you gotta get the freaking seasonal freaking tapioca Christmas tree one that I got. So we're running out of fluids here, but we do have this very important one. This is the steering wheel stabilizer injection fluid, and it's very important. So this stuff gets burned up over time as you hit deer and various things like that. And basically all you have to do is you grab a baster of turkey. It's a common Thanksgiving item, and you just suck some of the fluid out. And take a look at that. That is absolutely disgusting. Here, crap, we're spilling it. Luckily, there was no crazy noises coming out of the power steering pump. I know if they get really worn out, they can actually damage things. Wow, that's freaking like black, dude. But as you can see right here, this is a very juicy deluxe. It looks like something you just want to drink for dinner. And this just looks like a disgusting vegetable meal that you want to feed to the dog under the table. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of that in here. We're obviously gonna spill it everywhere because that's kind of how I do things. I love to spill my fluids. Crank her on up, and we're gonna turn the steering wheel back and forth and back and forth. We're gonna get that fluid circulating all throughout the system. And then we're just gonna continue that swapperoo process over and over and over until the fluid looks a lot better than it did to start. Crab, we're making a mess. And here's a comparison of just the first 3 flushes. It's really hard to tell. They're all pretty dark and pretty burnt because there's a ton of fluid in there. So I just kind of keep circulating it, grabbing some of it out, putting some fresh fluid in. It's really a long process. I'm definitely gonna need more fluid. So I'm gonna continue to do this off camera, but just so you know, the fluid gets really burnt over time. And what happens when you let your fluid get all dirty and burnt is it's not able to disperse heat properly, which makes your power steering system overheat, deteriorate. There's also dirt in it, which is wearing things out. It's just a mess. So we need to get this thing flushed out, and it's probably gonna take me a while. I'm probably gonna have to do this over the next couple of weeks because 1 bottle was definitely not enough. Maybe we can start putting beer in there. We can get it drunk. What are you doing? What are you freaking doing on there?
Look at clothes.
Oh, can I have some?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. So I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but I'm kind of nervous about it. For some reason, they don't have a transmission fill or drain plug on this truck. This is like the beginning of when they decided to start making cars to where you can't fix them yourself, which I freaking hate, but that's what they did with this. So I'm gonna try to suck some transmission fluid out of this dipstick tube. We're gonna see what we get. Oh crap, here we go. We got some. I'm not sure how that looks. That does look a little bit dark. I don't know if I should be concerned about that. Manny Bum, can I get your professional diagnostic opinion?
I don't know how it's supposed to look normally.
It's supposed to look bright cherry red.
Well, that's pretty red. It's not black.
So all that I know is you have to make sure you put the exact amount back that you took out. So I'm trying to measure exactly what I'm taking out by filling up this water bottle. Okay, so we accidentally sucked up a little bit too much, but I think what I can do is I can just put this end of the pump back into the dipstick tube. Perfect, okay. So we've taken out 1 bottle of transmission fluid. We got a little bit extra out. Luckily, we can just go off the dipstick when we refill it because there is a full one. So I don't know, this is super dark, dude. So this is what we got here, this is what we're working with. Okay, it does look pretty dark, but it's not black. It's just super dark red. It did look black at first when it was in the bottle. I was like, crap, I messed up. I could just dump it back in, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and risk it and change it. Okay, so this should give us an actual comparison of what it's supposed to look like versus what it looks like. And as you can tell, wow, that is quite a difference. Luckily, I think there's 8.5 quarts of fluid in this transmission, so it's really not gonna make a big difference. I mean, most of that fluid's gonna be in there. This is just a tiny little amount compared to the grand scheme of things. But I would like to flush it all out at some point. This was just kind of like a little test to see the state of my fluid. Wow. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. It's either gonna explode, like right now. Actually, we kind of need safety glasses, don't we?
No.
No?
We'll be fine.
Wow, the bums are freaking a monster. She doesn't even care about safety. She's like, you know what? I never got my OSHA card, so I don't know what that's all about, man. Check out this pump though. This pump was $8 at Walmart, and I've never had a pump before, so I'm like mesmerized by it. And that's a wrap with the transmission flush. You can tell I have a lot of ideas what I'm doing. Please yell at me in the comments. I need it.